I love that you say that. People come to me and they're like, man, I want to go back to my high school weight. Number one, I'm like, I don't have a time machine. Number two is you just show up and do it.
We are here with Adam Berezowski, and we're going to be talking about becoming epic. And if you haven't checked out what it means to become epic, Adam has a great mindset and philosophy on this. And today we're going to talk about fitness and how it's really just a tool and a vehicle in your life. Adam, what do you think about people who just get too into fitness, where that's their whole identity, that's everything, it's the end, it's the destination, it's all of that? What's a better way to approach?
Well, I think like kind of stepping one foot backwards is just getting started. So many people overthink the philosophy of what to do or how to do it correctly. I always have this saying, it's like any time is better than no time. So just showing up day one and moving your body, because movement is like your body's essence of just release, really. And then it's everything else that you learn and grow, and what's going to work for you moving forward is going to be the right path for you.
Yeah. So when it comes to fitness, like, what's your general philosophy? What is it about? Like, why is fitness an important part of life?
Yeah. So fitness is like my aggression tool. It's where I go. It's the first thing that I do when I'm having a hard day. It's the first thing I know, because there's that, I regret that workout, said no one ever, right? So you never go into a workout or come out of a workout being like, man, I just wasted my time, even if it's like a half-ass workout. And most of the time, it's the feel good. People chase the dopamine in so many different ways when it comes down to social media, phones, pleasing people, all this other stuff, when that's the ultimate dopamine hit is fitness, and so that's what I do to just get my release in. I mean, I'm so energized. I'm like a complete extrovert. I have more energy than I know what to do with. And what calms me down is destroying my body in a good workout.
So it's almost like the physical thing is a way to help you regulate the emotional side of things.
1,000%. And there's so many, if there's one thing that you can control, it's what you do for yourself. And if you go into fitness knowing, or go into the gym for that one workout, no matter how long your day is, no matter how tired you are, you'll never regret it. And it's only going to take you in the forward direction of where you need to go in your life.
A lot of people get overwhelmed in fitness about getting started. Let's say somebody hasn't stepped foot in a gym in 5-10 years, right? And they're realizing, man, it's time to get back to high school skinny. What's your advice for getting started?
I love that you say that. People come to me and they're like, man, I want to go back to my high school weight. Number one, I'm like, I don't have a time machine. Number two is you just show up and do it. And what, unfortunately, in fitness, especially in a big box gym world, it is super intimidating, right? You walk in, there's a bunch of people in the weight room. Most people that are going into the gym for their first day after years and years and years of not being in there tend to fall back into like, oh, I'm just going to do the treadmill. I'm just going to do the elliptical, which is good. Any movement is good. But then eventually you adapt to that. And you got to face those fears when going into the gym. You got to go lift those weights, because what's truly transforms your body is lifting weights. And just get started, learn as you go. Like, so many people focus too much on, what's the perfect form, what's this, what's that, and which those things are critical, but not to get started. Like, just move, just get in there and start from day one.
So just literally showing up is how you have to start. And so it doesn't matter if you're going to a big box gym, a CrossFit, a local boot camp, or wherever you're going. Yep. It's just get in the door. You can't have the workout if you don't get in the door. Yeah. So let's say someone's just getting started. Maybe they're getting a little bit of momentum. Do you have like some favorites of like, hey, if you only have 20 minutes, here's what you should do in terms of like your workout, or what lifts you should do, anything?
Yeah, so there's actually one of my favorite workouts that I do. It's called a 10-minute EMOM, and it's an every minute on the minute. And so basically what you do is you take 2 to 3 exercises at low reps, and you go as hard as and intense as you can to complete whatever reps that you can within that minute. And then you repeat that for 10 minutes straight. And what I do when I'm crunched on time is I do 3 blocks of that. So it equates to about 30 minutes of work. And it's super high intense. You could burn a ton of calories. So like, for example, one of my favorites is like 3 burpees, 5 back squats, and then like 7 jump lunges, right? So I do a 3-5-7 split. That way they're low reps and you can get them done and still have some rest within that minute till that next minute starts. And it's super high intense. You get enough cardio to raise your heart rate. You get enough strength in there to burn some muscle. And it is probably one of my ultimate go-tos for the, not only limited time, limited space, limited equipment. That way it takes really the excuse out of it because you could do it anywhere. I've done it in hotel rooms, hotel gyms, you name it, I've done it. But that's probably one of my ultimate favorite. But then I love old school style, like bodybuilding workouts. Like I think lifting weights, if you do have the time and the education on, simple movements, I go back to more of the functional stuff to do more of that. But limited time, definitely the 10-minute, EMOMs, and then longer term go more towards like the bodybuilding style workouts.
Awesome. When it comes to workouts, like who in the, social media or who in the world do you look up to?
So
that's inspirational.
Yeah, I'm like the super extreme dude. I would say out of everybody is David Goggins. He is so far out there. You either love him or you hate him. But he is probably one of the most, like time is no excuse. Your level is no excuse of where you're at, whether you're overweight or in shape. Like it's just no excuse in general. Like he has this whole theory about callousing your mind. And, that is probably the one going back to discipline. I talk about discipline a lot, is that it doesn't matter where you are. Hard is hard. You just got to keep fighting through and just continue to do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would be your encouragement if somebody was listening and wanting to get more active and fit? Like, what's the benefit? What should motivate them while they start working on their discipline?
Yeah. Well, no doctor is going to prescribe a pill that makes you feel as good as exercise. So if I could promise you one thing, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to sleep better, even from your first few workouts. And so I have a lot of people that come to me that are very intimidated to come into my gym. I own I always say if CrossFit and boot camp had a baby, that's basically my gym. But they do get intimidated. They're like, oh, maybe I should lose some weight before I come in. I'm like, nope, we work at all levels. We meet you at your level. And just don't be intimidated. Like it's such an invigorating place to go in and do your first workout. And so, and it's the best medication out there.
Awesome. I love it. Please follow Adam Berezowski and on Becoming Epic so that you can, increase your discipline.